Nothing happened.
Live video is starting.
All right.
I don't see a picture, but or comments. So, all right, that's going to start. I think there's your reminder.
This is a reminder. Start recording. This is a reminder. Start recording. This is a reminder. Reset your Square password.
Hi there, folks. Listening to our dot out there. It's 1 o'clock.
Yes, I had to move the picture down a little bit.
Okay. Are you seeing what you want to see?
Yes, but I think there's a little maybe a delay, but I'm not sure.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Nope, we're just going to have to.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Welcome, finally, to our 129th stream of a program of Autoharp music. And today's program is entitled Welcome Back, Lynn.
Yes. Glad to be back. Glad to be here.
Survived her hospital stay.
Yes.
And has recuperated well enough sufficiently to help us do this show, without her is not a show at all.
Aw. Well.
So, I guess we will begin.
Yes.
And we're actually going to do some duets.
Yes, we'll start right out with one.
Yeah. This was written and recorded by, it was written by John Prine and recorded by John and Iris DeMint. And it's called In Spite of Ourselves. Like her eggs all runny, she thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money, she gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey, I'm never gonna let her go.
He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. I caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. He ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby and I'm his honey, never gonna let her go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up a-sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
All my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I'm never gonna let her go.
He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's a whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox and crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's howling at the moon. He's my baby, I don't mean maybe, never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up a-sitting on a rainbow. against all odds. Honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna fight our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna fight our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. There
In spite of ourselves. Oops. There won't be
nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
In spite of ourselves and in spite of me and in spite of everything. There it is.
We have a few comments.
Oh,
and
good.
The first one kind of shocked me a little bit. It was from Pat. He's saying it's been a hard year. Let
Yeah.
me see if I can. I'll tell you, I can't get back up to the top to read it.
Well, take your time. You should be able to use the scroll wheel on your mouse to scroll up.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to want to do that for me. Hang on. Wait, maybe this is it down here. Oh, well. Sorry, Pat. I didn't catch... Wait a minute. Now I've got it, I think. He said, it's been a hard year for me, you guys. And Debbie Lane is here. Good afternoon to everyone.
Hello,
And
Debbie.
I thought I saw Laura up here, too, but I swear I can't get this thing to go up. Wait, now it did it. There's Laura. There you are. So glad to know you're back. Whoa. Hang on. Things have changed a little bit over here on Facebook. Debbie Lane said good afternoon to everyone.
Hello, Debbie. Good to see you.
And welcome back, Lynn. And Lavanda's here.
Hey,
Glad
Lavanda.
to see you both back, especially you, Lynn. And Ricky's here.
Ricky.
Very well done. Love it.
Thank you. I thought you might like that one.
Pat said his uncle passed away, and this
Oh,
morning,
I'm sorry to hear that.
my goodness. And there
Golly.
may be more that he said, and I can't get the, I might be able to work the keyboard one, but I'm afraid of going off somewhere weird.
I can enlarge the screen. I can make it full screen.
Yeah, see if that'll work, because I wanted to hear what Pat had to say.
Yeah, hang on here.
Had a rough year is not...
Let's see if...
that's better. That's what I needed. Yeah, Pat said, bad news, George. And then Laura said, there you are, so glad to know you're back to doing this. I have to go at 11:30. And Pat said, and it's been a hard year for me, you guys. And then Debbie said, good afternoon to everyone. And welcome back, Lynn. And that's when I got Lavanda, who said, glad to see you both back, especially you, Lynn. And Ricky Elliott came on. We're very well done. Love it. And Pat said, my uncle passed away this morning.
Yeah.
And my favorite uncle, too. I'm so sorry, Pat.
Yeah.
It's just this 2025.
It's been a tough year
Something,
all the way around, but we'll try to cheer up and
yes.
and have some fun here.
Yes, definitely.
Are we caught up?
Yes.
Okay. This is a song that was recorded by Ray Stevens. We've done it a couple or three times before. It's called The Red Hot Chili Cook-Off.
Oh, yeah.
I write to you for the last time from my deathbed, oh dear mother. My health is gone, I'm fading fast, and I fear I'll not recover. I've lost 100 pounds, my hair, my sight, and this illness had its nexus. The day I judged the red hot chili cook-off in Jalapeno, Texas. Well, as you know, in Tennessee you fed us normal things. Yeah, like Tabasco seasoned barbecue and spicy chicken wings. But I've got a friend down here in Texas who's a chili cook-off judge. And on the day of the statewide cook-off, he lay sick. He could not budge. "I'm sicker than a dog," he said. "You'll have to take my place. Now all you do is pick the chili you like after giving them all a little taste." So of course I did what I had to do to help out my old friend. But that decision ruined my life and brought me to this sorry end. Do not eat Texas chili, mama, or you will surely die. Don't even mention Texas chili to me, and I'll tell you why. Just a thought will fire up memories that'll wreck my solar plexus of the day I judged the red hot chili cook-off in Jalapeno, Texas. They led me to the judge's stand and sat me in my place. Put 3 bowls of chili in front of me, just a sample, just a taste. Number 1 was dragon's breath, and it had such a nice aroma. I took a big old bite, nearly slipped into a coma. Oh, sweet Lord, what is this stuff? My uvula's on fire. My ears are ringing and my nose is running and my feet are starting to perspire. Then number 2 was called flamethrower. It was not misnamed. 1 taped, my eyes, ears, nose, and throat all shot out long blue flames. Help! Somebody call 911. I don't think I can breathe. I can't seem to catch my breath, and all I can do is wheeze. Then I heard somebody screaming uncontrollably. I turned to see who it was. Lord have mercy, it was me. The winner was simply Charlie's chili. Sounded innocent enough, but it knocked me backwards off the stand with just 1 taste of the stuff. I got up running, looking for a doctor or an ice-cold bucket of water. I downed a keg of beer and 6 snow cones, and it only made it hotter. It's been a year now, and I can only sip a smoothie now and then. If I try some solid food, the flames flare up again. Oh God, it burned and blistered from my mouth down to my colon. And what little skin that's left at all is inflamed and badly swollen. So I write to you, dear mother, just to say goodbye, and to warn you and the family of one thing before I die. Do not eat Texas chili. It'll put you in the ground. And even if you should survive, you won't be able to sit down. Do not eat Texas chili, mama, or you will surely die. Don't even mention Texas chili to me, and I'll tell you why. Just a thought will fire up memories that'll wreck my solar plexus of the day I judged the red hot chili cook-off in Jalapeno, Texas.
Goodness.
Oh.
Pat was saying, let me see here. I want to make sure I don't miss any. he said, my uncle passed away this morning. That's where we were. And he died peacefully, I think. Hang on. I wish I had better control of this thing. Oh, he died peacefully in a hospital near me. And then he said, my favorite uncle, and yes, of course, and a hard time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting it out there. I have a cowboy hat that he got, hang on, for me. It's a great memory to have as well. And then he said, oh, some good news. I took up jiving dancing a while now, which is neat.
Okay.
And getting good at it. And
Great.
then Ricky said, we lost Chuck Mangione. If you remember, I played his album Feels So Good over and over and over again on my stereo.
Yeah.
Chuck Mangione.
Yeah,
Aw.
boy, they're dropping like flies. We lost Ozzy Osbourne, too.
And for those wrestling fans, Hulk Hogan
Yeah,
passed
for those
away on the...
lovers of male soap operas.
Yeah. If you don't remember Ed Wood, he came up one day looking totally stressed out and said, could you please change that? And then there's see more on the comments. Hang on here. Record. Ha ha ha. Still so sad, but his passing took me back to Linden Avenue. Oh, goodness, yes.
Yeah, those were great days.
Yeah. My goodness.
Are we done?
Yeah, that's...
Okay. Here's a song that started out as a kid's picture book. And the first time I heard it was on YouTube. A Scottish grandmother was trying to read it to her little child and couldn't get through it. It's called Wonky Donkey.
Oh.
And it was written and recorded by a guy named Craig Smith. It's the only thing I think I've ever heard of his. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. He only had 3 legs. He was a wonky donkey, wonky donkey, wonky donkey, yeah. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. He only had 3 legs and 1 eye. He was a winky wonky donkey, winky wonky donkey, winky wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. He only had 3 legs, 1 eye, and he liked to listen to country music. Yee-haw! He was a honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. Honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music, and he was quite tall and slim. He was a lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. Lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim, and he smelled really, really bad. He was a stinky, dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. Stinky, dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelled really bad, and that morning he got up late and he hadn't had any coffee. He was a cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. Cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky, donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw. He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelled really bad. That morning he got up late and he hadn't had any coffee, and he was always getting up to mischief. He was a hanky, panky, cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky, donkey. Hanky, panky, cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky, donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw. He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelled really bad. That morning he got up late and he hadn't had any coffee. He was always getting up to mischief, but he was quite good looking. He was a spunky, hanky, panky, cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky, donkey. Spunky, hanky, panky, cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky, donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw.
I see no more comments.
Well, you don't want to try singing that one after you've had a beer or 2 or 3. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh my.
Okay. Here is one from our Forever Friends CD. If My Dog Could Talk. And if you can still play CDs, and if you haven't already picked up a copy, run on over to autoharpdownhome.com and help us raise money for the people who trained Indy.
Yes.
Oh, if my dog could talk, I think I know what he'd say. He'd say, put down that auto harp, let's go out and play. Around the corner there's a girl named Josette. She's the prettiest dog I've ever met. She's not too big, but man, she's real tough. When people walk by, she shows them her stuff. She barks at their heels and they run away quick. Well, you get my leash, I'll get my stick. The sun is out and it's too nice for us to be in here. I got a dog I gotta see, so get off your butt. I got squirrels to chase, and who knows what else he might say. If my dog could talk. Oh, if my dog could talk, I think he'd say a bunch about the steak he wants for breakfast, dinner, and lunch. The only thing he likes as much as chowing down is getting outside and running around. The sun is out and it's too nice for us to be in here. I've got a dog I gotta see, so get off your butt. I got squirrels to chase, and who knows what else he might say. If my dog could talk. Oh, if my dog could talk, I'd get him on the TV so he could talk to the world. The world would see that he's so great they'd offer him a show. But if my dog could talk, he'd say no. The sun is out and it's too nice for us to be in here. I've got a dog I've gotta see, so get off your butt. I got a squirrel with my name on it, and who knows what else he might say. If my dog could talk. If my dog could talk. If my dog could talk. If my dog could talk.
I don't know if we're not getting more comments or if there's something else going on with the, but I have no more comments showing
Okay.
up after Ricky's.
Okay.
So,
Well, we shall
we shall await events.
we shall sally forth,
Yes.
whoever she is.
Oh. Yeah. Stan Johnson.
Hey, Stan, it's been a while.
Yeah.
How you and Sandy been?
He says, "Good afternoon to both of you from Sandy and I. Good
Great
to see
to hear
both."
from you guys. I'm sorry I couldn't get to MLAG this year.
Yeah. He said, "Good to see you both doing well. It has been a while. Looking forward to an afternoon of favorites." Well, thank you. It's good to have you with us.
Yeah, we've got 6 or 7 of them left for you.
Yes.
Good Lord willing, and the
And
ice water holds out.
Yes. Oh,
Okay, we are, pardon me, ready for Take Me Home Country Roads by John
yes.
Denver, and Lynn's going to join
I'm
me on
going
this
to join
one.
in.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads.
All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue waters, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads.
I hear her voice in the morning now, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Down country roads, take me home. On down country roads. Yeah. John Denver.
Yes, indeed.
He had a way with words, that man.
Well, that was a committee actually that wrote that.
Was
one.
it?
Um, let's
I
see.
did not know that.
Bill and Taffy Niver Danoff and John Denver. There were three people who were involved in that.
Well, hey, Ricky said you're in great form with the duets. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're having fun with those.
Yeah, we are. I might work up enough of them to do a whole show of them.
A whole show of duets would be great.
Yeah. If
I'm just
Lynn
glad
can
to be
find
back,
the time
man.
to practice, that's the trouble. You know, she's got a lot going on too, and
yeah, working on getting my art back together.
And she's taking care of me and taking care of the house and trying to get her art back together and trying to get over this stuff herself. And,
oh, yeah.
you
Laura
know.
said that was the best. So good. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Laura.
Thank you. But we'll be doing more.
Yeah.
I might even do some solos here and there. I got a couple
I guess
like.
Laura has to head out about now, so
Oh,
I will
gosh,
say farewell
yes.
to her, and thanks
Yes.
for stopping in for a little while. I was going to join Rock Mostly today, but something came up and I couldn't do it. Okay, so here's another Ray Stevens. I don't know who wrote this one either. It's called Too Drunk to Fish. Now me and Harold, this buddy of mine, decided we'd go fishing in one time. So we drove to the lake with my brand new bass boat. I brought the fishing poles, the pork and beans, the saltine crackers and the canned sardines, and Harold brought all the booze one man could tote. While I loaded the boat and filled the tank, tried to get that motor to crank, Harold just sat there sipping on a long neck beer. While I was steering the boat and tying the plugs, he was drinking moonshine straight from the jug, and he was singing Melancholy Baby when we left the pier. Oh, never go fishing with a man who has been drinking, 'cause things just might not work out like you wish. Just leave that fool at home to drink. He'll be just as happy fishing in the kitchen sink. Don't go near the water with a man too drunk to fish. Well, I was concentrating, perfecting my cast, hoping to land a trophy bass. And Harold was having trouble trying to find a lake. Laying there by him, beside his feet, was an anchor line coiled up real neat. Harold saw it, went white as a ghost, and hollered, "Snake!" Well, he jumped straight up and started to yell, and I said, "Sit down, Harold, and behave yourself. Can't you see that ain't nothing but a piece of rope?" Well, he was scared to death, plumb out of his mind, trying not to get bit by that anchor line, and he grabbed my shotgun and blew a hole in the bottom of the boat. Harold, never go fishing with a man who has been drinking, 'cause things just might not work out like you wish. Just leave that fool at home to drink. He'll be just as happy fishing in the kitchen sink. Don't go near the water with a man too drunk to fish. Now, too drunk to fish is too drunk to swim. So I was dog paddling, dragging him, and finally made it to a little sandbar just big enough for two. It was way after dark when that helicopter came with that big searchlight calling our names, and Harold looked up to the sky and said, "Lord, is that you?" And then he knelt there in that heavenly glow and said, "Lord, you know, I ain't ready to go, so if you pass me by tonight, I will reform." Then they threw down a raft and I paddled us home. He never touched a drop from that moment on. You know the Lord works in mysterious ways, His miracles to perform. Never go fishing with a man who has been drinking, 'cause things just might not work out like you wish. Just leave that fool at home to drink. He'll be just as happy fishing in the kitchen sink. Don't go near the water with a man too drunk to fish. No, don't go near the water with a man too drunk to fish.
Yeah, that's good advice. After was Country Rose, Laura said, "See you later," and it was so good. And thank you, but she's not here. And say that
Right.
too, but
well, she said she had to leave at the bottom of the hour.
Yeah.
She's in a choir and a folk
Oh.
group, and she plays the auto harp and she plays the dulcimer. Not at the
my.
same time.
No,
mind you,
well,
but
that would be
that
amazing.
would be a feat. But.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can now announce, I'm proud to say, that I will, health and all willing, being available, I will be performing at next year's California Autoharp Gathering.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's a great gathering out there on the St. Nicholas Ranch outside of Fresno, California. It's a great gathering. It really is. If you are out there and you're hearing us for the first time or whatever, and you haven't already done so, how about leaving us a comment? Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from and whatever else you'd like to share. We'd like to get to know you a little bit as we sit here on our virtual back porch on a pretty Saturday summer afternoon here in Alabama. But if you would leave us a comment, we do read them. Even after the show, we come back in a day or so and try to read comments. Unfortunately, right now, Facebook has been modified such that it is not very friendly to people who use screen readers. And with the current political climate, they're not going to be forced to fix that. So I can't really personally respond to comments as I'd like, but we do read them all, and we appreciate every one of them.
Yes.
And if you want to keep track of what's going on, follow Autoharp Down Home, and you will get a post in your news feed inviting you to the next show, which will be on Saturday, August 9th. And I've got a pretty good idea what we're going to do, but you'll have to wait and find out. We usually send out those invitations on the Wednesday before the show.
Right.
And unfortunately, we had to send them out and cancel them a couple times here lately, but we're back, and that shouldn't happen anymore.
Yes.
If you want to contact me, don't leave me a message here, because again, I can't read them and I can't respond to them. But if you really want to ask questions and you need responses back from me, email me at autoharp.down.home@gmail.com. autoharp.down.home@gmail.com. And I do respond. I read that mailbox every day, and I do respond to emails there. So that's enough commercial. The mid-break. Here's one of the funniest songs, as far as I'm concerned, that I do. It was written and recorded by a duo called the Moron Brothers, Lardo and Burley. And it's called "The Night That Pa Got Hung in That Electric Fence."
Oh, yes.
We were born and raised way back in the sticks. Everybody used to call us Hicks. We had a 20-acre holler that was nestled between two hills. We raised hogs and chickens, and cows and a mule. We might have been hillbillies, but we were no fools. We had plenty to eat, raised it all ourselves. Now the biggest problem that we ever had was a mule named Rodney. Kept everybody mad. No matter how hard we tried, we couldn't keep him fenced in. He'd get in the garden and Ma's flower bed. Pa'd cuss and scratch his old gray head, settle his nerves with a drink, and patch the fence again. Me and my brother bought an electric fence, battery and all. Set it up one night, gonna surprise her Pa. Had to keep that mule in so Pa wouldn't get so tense. Pa got up that night, he was moving quick. He headed for the outhouse, the fog was thick. He must have lost his way 'cause he got hung in that electric fence. Yeah, he must have went through a spiritual change. He don't look the same anymore. He works hard every day, goes to church every Sunday. No more loafing at the country store. Treats us all different, even quit chewing tobacco. Ain't cussed or drank ever since the night that Pa got hung in that electric fence. We heard Pa scream. He said, "Come quick, sons. The Martians have got me. They zapped me with their guns." It wasn't hard to find. There's sparks flying everywhere. He said, "Stand back, boys. I ain't joking." His body was jerking and his long johns were smoking. Hair was standing straight up. He must have been really scared. We was trying to tell Pa what we'd done when we saw Ma coming with her old shotgun. She said, "Step aside, boys. Ain't no Martian gonna get my man." When the mule ran out of the barn with a bucket on his head, Ma let go both barrels and filled him with lead. She thought he was a Martian. We couldn't make her understand. Yeah, he must have went through a spiritual change. He don't look the same anymore. He works hard every day, goes to church every Sunday. No more loafing at the country store. Treats us all different, even quit chewing tobacco. Ain't cussed or drank ever since the night that Pa got hung in that electric fence. We got Pa out when the battery went dead. He was stiff as a board when we got him in bed. Me and my brother got scared and snuck that fence back to the store. They still swear up and down the Martians were there, and they ain't been able to do nothing with Pa's hair. And they can't figure out why the mule won't eat out of a bucket anymore.
I love it.
Mule says, "Damn." Just pour it on the ground there, buddy.
That's right. Hey, Ziggy is with us.
Hello, Ziggy from Germany. Good evening, sir.
He said, "Hi, George and Lynn. Greetings again from Germany." Smiley face.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have you, Ziggy.
Yeah, he says, "Sorry for being so late, but I'll watch and listen to the miss part later." We're just glad
Great.
you're here.
We're just glad you could join us. Ziggy is, just goes all over the place playing music over in Germany, France, and Switzerland. So sometimes he gets back late, and it's late at night over there.
Yeah.
And all.
Goodness.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
he's not done yet because he's probably going to join us in a song circle tonight. I'm not sure, but
Well, there is one.
yeah, there is.
Ricky said, "Didn't you used to play I Got Stoned and I Missed It?"
Yep.
Would love to hear that one sometime. And Brendan Dwert.
Oh, hey, Doc, how are
Doc.
you?
I
Yeah, it's
couldn't
Doc.
read that right. Anyway, he said, "Doc, here, Ruth and I just finished summer camp at St. Nicholas Ranch. Good to hear you. Good to have you with us, Doc."
Yes, you're absolutely.
And Brendan said, "We've had 80 to 90 degree weather, usually triple digits." Well, we've had some real hot.
We've had some pretty hot weather
yeah,
too.
Doc said that. Yeah, it's been awful hot down here, and this next week's going to be that way again.
Hope to see you next year at CAG.
Yes.
We'll get together and jam and just have a good old time. You know, going back to that song, there's something that I've always wondered about when he got hung in the electric fence. In the last verse, they said, we got Paul out when the battery went dead, right? Why didn't they just walk over and unhook the battery to begin with?
Oh, hey, they did. They were probably so shocked. Well,
Literally.
yes.
One of them was.
Certainly. Oh, goodness.
Okay. Now we're going to do another song that, golly, we've been singing for a long time, and we first heard on an LP that Linda's folks owned by an African group of white South Africans called Wait a Minute.
I had a couple comments real quick.
Oh, okay.
Doc said yes, talking about the heat again.
Yeah.
And I love your music and jokes. And Ivan is with us and says, hi, guys.
Hey, Ivan.
And Doc said, current event. And Ziggy said, indeed, I plan to join that song circle you mentioned tonight. Okay. Yeah, that was Wait a Minute is the album
Wait a
we're
Minute.
talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a Minute. And this is a fun song.
And Ivan, just real quick, I'll be available between 4 and 5. I have a hard stop at 5, but if you want to work on your project, feel free to give me a call. Okay, are you ready?
I think so. I think so.
I hope I am. Pray tell me, fair maiden, may I be your lover? For years and for years I have longed in vain. Struck down like a hart, I lie wounded and panting. So grant me one favor and spare me this pain. Spare me this pain, spare me this pain. Grant me one favor and spare me this pain.
Alas, gentle errant, I am not a maiden, but married to Sroswald, that cunning old Celt. He's off to the wars for a 12-month or more, sir, and taken the key to my chastity belt. Chastity belt, tra-la-la-la, chastity belt, taken the key my chastity belt.
Fear not, gentle lady, for I know a locksmith, her ladyship's locksmith of royal decree. Chastity belts are his chosen vocation, and he will oblige for a moderate fee.
Chastity belt, chastity belt.
I hope he'll oblige for a moderate fee. Alas, gentle lassie, my skills cannot help ya. My technical knowledge is of no avail. I can't find the secret to your combination. Your husband, dear lassie, has fitted a Yale. Fitted a Yale, fitted a Yale. Your husband, dear lassie, has fitted a Yale. I'm back from the wars with sad news of disaster, a terrible thing that has happened to me. While our ship was passing the Straits of Gibraltar, I carelessly dropped the key into the sea. Carelessly drop fiddle-diddle, carelessly drop fiddle-diddle, carelessly drop the key into the sea.
Alas, woe is me, I am locked here forever. Whatever is going to become of me?
Relax, ma chérie, and have confidence in me, for I will oblige with a duplicate key. Duplicate key, duplicate key. I will oblige with a duplicate key. Cunning old sod, cunning old sod. There's no doubt that that man is a cunning old sod. Cunning old sod.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you did good.
I almost had it.
You got it. It sounded good.
Ivan said, "Will do."
Okay, cool. All right. You know, it's just another thing. Since her husband was back, he could have simply cut the chastity belt off.
Doc said, "I wear a chastity belt. Ducks."
Yeah, well.
Oh, charity belt, maybe. My vision, I'll tell you. I wear a charity belt. Ducks. That's what it was. Sorry.
Okay, that makes a little more sense,
Yes.
actually.
Sorry about that. Charity is, he clarified that for me. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well, I'm having a little issue with my vision. Cataracts, getting old, and I'm going to have to get set up to have that surgery at some point, and it's annoying at times.
Lynn is doctor averse.
I am, but not for this, because if I don't, I'm going to lose my vision altogether, and I can't have that.
That would make two of us.
Yes,
And
we can't. No,
we are now getting a sample of what life would be like if that
Oh,
happens.
gosh, yes.
Hopefully, Lynn stays healthy and can get her driving privileges back.
Yes.
Right now,
it's
we
been a
are
real
stuck
challenge.
way out here in the country with no way to get around. It's not fun.
Well, not no way, but we have to inconvenience
yeah,
folks
we got to
and
talk to people.
yeah, get
arrange
help. And we're not
rides.
used to asking, but we appreciate it.
Okay.
sure.
Here we come to the sing-along portion of the show. Here's a song. It's got a real simple chorus that you can sing along, and I'll tell you when it's your part. It was written by Bert Lee and R.P. Weston, and it's called A Proper Cup of Coffee.
Ah.
The Sultan sat on an oriental mat in his harem in downtown Persia. He took a sip of coffee, just a drip, and he said to his servant, "Curse ya. Oh, curse ya, curse ya, curse ya. Why, that's the worst cup of coffee in Persia. 'Cause..." Now, here's your part, okay? It's real easy. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper copper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me if I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper cup of coffee. If I can't have a proper, see, it's real easy. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper cup of coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. Got it? Join right in next time, okay?
I think I will.
In days of old, and knights and men were bold, and whiskey was much cheaper, Ben Turpin rode to a coffee shop and showed his pistols to the keeper. And he said, "Stand and deliver. Can't you see I'm all a quiver? 'Cause, here you go. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper copper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me if I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea." There you go.
There.
All right, I expect more participation next time
Yes.
around, okay? Bonaparte found that he was in a cart when he lost that Waterloo fight. He gave his sword to Wellington, my lord, and he said, "You British can have fight. Now you've had your Waterloo, sir. Tell me what am I having with you, sir? 'Cause you ready? All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper copper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea." Yeah.
I almost did it.
This is your last chance now.
Okay.
Now King Solomon and his queen would carry on, so we heard in the ancient scandals. He bought her lots of silver coffee pots with diamond legs and handles, and said the Queen of Sheba, "I'd rather have any old tea bag, 'cause everybody now, all I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper copper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea." One more time. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. One more time. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. One more. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Great, you done outrageous.
Well, you kept speeding it up.
Well, we're running out of time.
Is that what it is?
I mean,
I love that song, though.
you know, we have to quit in 3 minutes. We're not going to make it, folks.
Well,
But, well.
we go over a little. That's all.
We always go
It's-
over a little.
Yes. But it's nice to have the comments, and it's so good to be back.
It really, really is. It's great to see everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And talk with you again and catch up on what y'all are doing and
Oh, yeah.
let you know what we're doing. And
Ricky said, finally got it on the last one, but sadly ran out of breath. Well,
you ought to quit smoking. It's bad for you.
well, I ran out too, and I don't smoke. So, oh my.
Here is an old joke that Ray Stevens put to music.
Oh, Dan said, hi all. I've been
Hey.
here and there today, but have been able to hear a bunch of this show. Way cool.
Well,
Dan
stick
will
around
drive-
for a couple of minutes.
Yes.
I was just going to say this is one of my brother Dan's favorites.
Oh, hey.
And,
you got here just in time.
You got here
Dan.
just in time, so hang in there
Far
for just
out.
a couple of minutes, and we'll call you guys about 5:15 after we finish feeding dogs.
And Stephen Einbinder.
Hey,
is here.
Steve.
Big smile face. Good to have you, man.
You betcha. And we'll see you again tomorrow, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise and
Rise,
all
yeah.
that. What key is this in? Oh, yeah. This is one of Dan's favorites. It's called The Higher Education of Old Blue.
Oh, yes.
Well, my daddy was a backwoods self-made type. Never went to school, couldn't read or write, but he made a fortune selling hogs and was suspicious of education. So when I told him I was going off to school, he said, well, you'll just become some certified fool. don't expect no help from me, son. No financial remuneration. Well, my paw was tight, but he loved his dogs, that's true. And his favorite of the pack was called Old Blue. So I called my dad when I got to college, and I said, I know you don't think much of human knowledge, but they got a course down here where they can teach dogs to speak. I don't mean speak like bark for a bone. No, they say these dogs can carry on an intelligent conversation. And some even go on to teach. When I heard of that course, of course, I thought of you. And how great it'd be for you to sit and talk to Old Blue. Well, the line went silent. I thought all was lost when he finally spoke up and said, what's that cost? I said, Pop, it's a bargain at only $5,000 per semester. Well, he didn't balk and he didn't complain, and Blue showed up on the very next train, and that's how my dad became the proud investor in the higher education of Old Blue. A story that if it's not, it ought to be true, about a fiscal windfall situation of my very own creation, the inspiration that I call the education of Old Blue. And the money just kept on rolling in. For 8 semesters, $40,000. Woo! Well, all too soon, time to graduate. The day it dawned that I'd come to hate, the day I had to go home and face my dad. When I stepped off the train, he said, where's Old Blue? Come here, boy, I want to talk to you. I swallowed hard and said, Pop, I got some news and I'm afraid it's bad. You see, coming home on the train, Blue was smoking his pipe and reading the New York Times. When he took off his glasses, turned to me and said, are you aware of your daddy's crimes? Then he said, he's a mass murderer, just ask any hog, and he's treated my mama just like a dog, and rubbed my nose in stuff you wouldn't believe, made me sleep on the hard, cold ground. Yeah, but I can talk now, and his days is through, 'cause I'm gonna tell your mama a thing or two about his secret drinking habit, yeah, and his affair with the widow Brown. And when I heard Blue say those things, Pop, something snapped inside my brain. So I grabbed him up and I strangled him, and I throwed him off the train. Yeah, well, my dad looked at me with his eyes ablaze, and his face contorted like somebody crazed, and it didn't look like he believed a word I'd said. Then he grabbed my coat and pulled me up real close and said, boy, there's just one thing I want to know. Are you real sure that lying no good flea bag is dead? And that's the story of the higher education of Old Blue. A story that if it's not, it ought to be true. About a fiscal windfall situation of my very own creation. The inspiration that I call the education of Old Blue. The inspiration that I call the education of Old Blue.
Yeah. Oh, Steve said, no, I will miss tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but we always like to have you. Hopefully you can join us again next week, and I do appreciate you dropping in to see us today.
Yes. Oh, and Ricky said, hubby just came in the kitchen to see if I was okay.
Who?
Ricky said that.
Oh.
Hubby came in to see, just to see if I was okay. That was after proper cup of coffee, I think. Oh, my.
Okay, we got a couple more songs to go here. This is the song that we've played most often on the show. This will be the 19th time we played it. I was given this song on a cassette. A neighbor of ours, when we lived down in Vinton County in Ohio, recorded it off the radio. Pardon me. And he gave me the cassette, and for years and years and years, I didn't know who wrote it or who recorded it or anything. But it was written and recorded by a really funny guy, a down easterner named Dick Feller, and it's called Uncle Hiram and the Homemade Beer. Well, I was just a boy at the time when this drinking Uncle Hiram of mine decided he'd make up a batch of homemade beer. Don't tell a soul, he said to me, that I've come across this recipe that says for pennies a day I can drink all year. So I searched the alleys behind the bars for empty jugs and mason jars, and he sneaked them down to his basement brewery. He measured out yeast and sugar and hops, and he said to me as we sealed the tops, for goodness sake, don't tell your Aunt Marie. So she'd say, hey there, Hiram, what's going on down there? There's some peculiar odor coming up the basement stairs. Going back to your sewing, hon, I'm varnishing a chair. The time my Uncle Hiram made his famous homemade beer. Well, we let it sit for a month or so, and me and Uncle sneaked down below, figuring it was about time to give it a try. I was standing there at the foot of the stairs, and Uncle Hiram was checking the wares, when all of a sudden 2 bottles just flew sky high. Well, the jars went crash, the lids went plunk, and Hiram died behind the trunk as the beer began to spew out on the floor. Uncle yelled, don't mind me, save yourself. As fast as I could, I ran up the steps, and out of breath, I quickly closed the door. Aunt Marie said, what is it, dear? And I said, it's Uncle's homemade beer. It's blowing up, got Uncle trapped down there. She said, beer, beer, I declare. Hiram, you come up out of there. But the sound of exploding beer was all we could hear. Hey there, Hiram, what's going on down there? There's some peculiar odor coming up the basement stairs. Going back to your sewing, hon, I'm varnishing a chair. The time my Uncle Hiram made his famous homemade beer. Well, it sounded like a war for a day and a night. Them bottles just blew up left and right, till finally we just heard one here and there. Aunt Marie took a comforter and holding it up in the front of her, with me behind, we went on down the stairs. Well, the place was a mess, to say the least. The walls were sticky, and it smelled like yeast, and the glass and the lids and the beer were all around. It had been quite a battle, there weren't no doubt, but when we commenced to looking about, Uncle Hiram was nowhere to be found. Auntie cried out, Hiram, oh poor dear, he's been killed by a jar of beer. I warned him a drink, but he never listens to me. Then up popped the lid on the antique trunk, and there, soaked in beer, blind, running drunk, was the late lamented love of Aunt Marie. And he said, rather than see it all go to waste, I figured I might as well give it a little taste. I reckon I tasted about 43 jars of beer. Y'all just go on, 'cause I'm staying right down here. Hey there, Hiram, what's going on down there? There's some peculiar odor coming up the basement stairs. Going back to your sewing, hon, I'm varnishing a chair. The time my Uncle Hiram made his famous homemade beer.
Yeah, I never get tired of that song.
It's funny.
It is. And Pat said, I hope you guys live for a good while yet.
So do we, Pat.
Yes, right. He said, because you guys are great together as well. And we appreciate that. And
if the good Lord's willing and we're spared, we will celebrate our 50th anniversary
this coming
May the 28th.
Yes, our golden.
And you, whatever shows right before that, you'll be invited to our online 50th anniversary. Party.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a great ride.
It has.
It sure has. Okay, now we're going to end this with the second most often played song on here. How about a little Foggy Mountain Breakdown?
Yeah.
Well, that one. Clunk? What's wrong with that? There it is.
Oh, beautiful. Pat said, bless you both.
Thank you, Pat.
And Ziggy said, many thanks for the music, George and Lynn, with a heart. The part I heard live was great. I look forward to the recording, which will be great as well, I'm sure, and a smile face.
Thank you, Ziggy.
And Lavonda said, great show as usual and can't wait until the next one. And Ziggy said, I'm a fan of your playing Foggy Mountain Breakdown. Great performance again.
Thank you.
Smile face.
That's not an
Well,
easy
actually,
song,
that was,
though.
a smile face. And Dan said, nicely done.
Thank you, Dan.
We're so glad you guys all came.
It's a simple song. It's only got like 2 or 3 chords, but it's all in the how you pick it.
Oh, yeah. and you do be a master at that.
I didn't know you couldn't play it on an Autoharp. And,
Well, yeah, that's a good thing no one told you that.
yeah, that's true.
Well, thanks for coming by, you guys.
Yeah, indeed. It's been great. By the way, got some new stuff for you here. If you'd like to put something in our tip jar, as usual, go to... it's the same old place is what I meant to say. I didn't mean to say as usual, but if you'd like to put a little something in our tip jar, it's at autoharpdownhome.com. Click the donate link, and you can help us out. And if you haven't already done so and you'd like to purchase a copy of our Forever Friends CD, they're $20 a piece, and all of the proceeds after we ship the disc to you are donated to the school that trained our great dog Indy.
Yes.
So that's something to think about. And this will only be up on Facebook for 30 days. However, I am building a YouTube channel. It's the Autoharp Down Home YouTube channel, and I'm gradually moving all of our previous shows to that YouTube channel. And I think I'm up to, there's a couple that are missing because of copyright considerations, but I think I'm all the way up to show number 98. So I'll be caught up pretty soon. And then you can view all of our past performances on the Autoharp Down Home YouTube channel. And I'd just like to leave you with this final thought. You know, timing Timing has a lot to do with the outcome of a rain dance, folks. So long, everybody. Now it's time to say goodbye to George and all his kin. We'd sure like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back real soon to this locality to have a heaping helping of our hospitality. Down home style, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back and see us here.
And Ricky said that's the tune that blew me away back when you were only married 1 year. Wow, twice. And Pat said great stuff, and YouTube live videos, I have seen it on or saw it on YouTube. Yes. So
thank you, Ricky. Thank you,
yes,
Pat.
and thank you, you
And,
guys.
y'all,
We'll see you next time.
we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Let's see. There.